the show. This was incredible, Graps. Just absolutely astounding. We are literally 4 minutes ago this event ended. This is the rambling recap of Revolution Pro Wrestling Live in Southampton 43. We just saw an absolute corker ready for Wembley Arena. He kicked things off with Northwest Strong / not really anymore because of the new rebranding of the group. The Young Guns, Luke Jacobs taking on the debuting Franco Fate. This had me hyped. It was great to start the match off, to start the night off, should I say. I'm literally buzzing right now, if you can't tell, the energy radiating off me. So I may cock up a little bit, but I don't care. This was too good. This was an incredible debut for Franco Fate. He came close to winning at a few points. A 9 count. Almost had Luke Jacobs' breads buttered. But at the end of the day, nobody beats Luke Jacobs unless your name's Michael Oku 2 months into a title reign. I'll never forgive Revolution Pro Wrestling for booking that nonsense. Why would you have Michael Oku? It doesn't matter anymore, guys. The Triple Crown champ Luke Jacobs choked Franco Fate out and managed to win the match. I mean, it'd be pretty difficult if he choked him out and didn't win the match. And he did, however, issue an open challenge for Wembley Arena because, of course, we know Ethan are no longer available to fight FTR. There'll be more on the FTR match in a little bit, but I think they've found a suitable replacement. However, Luke Jacobs, open challenge. Here's a couple ideas for you boys. Shibata. That's all you need. I'll also accept any of the ops, really, minus Hook. Is who I'll accept. Samoa Joe, Shibata. Let's get somebody in there. Let's just let him ball. He was going to fight FTR. You've got to have the level of FTR in the tag game fighting the level of the singles equivalent. Got my words a bit mixed up there. I've got to have the singles equivalent of an FTR match for him because he deserves it so much. However, I trust that RevPro may get to do that. So let's move things along. We saw another debut as the Blockbusters, Jordan Sparkles and St. John took on the Cowboy Way. Which way? The Cowboy Way. The reigning, defending Great British Tag Team Champions. Undisputed as well. Chucked in there, I believe. The bones of this match is that the Blockbusters, another good addition. I'd like to see him back. I feel like RevPro have quite a good set of rosters. You know, you've got a few Southampton people, a few Coventry people, and I'd like the Blockbusters to make their way towards the Southampton roster sort of thing. This was our last live-in show before Wembley. Have they done enough to earn a spot at Wembley? Probably not. But they put up a hell of a fight, and the Cowboy Way did win, but they won by low blow. Oh, you cheeky buggers! And of course, Amanda's Lariat. Nothing beats Amanda's Lariat. And after the match, they grabbed the mics, and the RevPro stream, it cut out a bit. I'm not going to lie to you boys, the RevPro stream was shocking tonight, as demonstrated by a little clip I've got in a little bit. Potentially I'll show it. I'll see if Andy Quilden bribes me within the 10 minutes it'll take me to get to that segment. They called out FTR for the Wembley match and put the belts on the line should FTR actually challenge them. I think they felt disrespected by the lack of FTR actually coming to RevPro. So they said FTR actually have to challenge them and they want the match. I don't know if it was more of a, we want to fight you. I think there was a fuck the revival from Thomas Shire. Tombstone. Yeah, I mean, I am sold on this match. Absolutely. It's going to be a banger heading towards Wembley. As the fun just kept coming, as Skye Smitson took on Rhio. Rhio, of course, making her return match after the Iron Knockout, Iron Fist, was it called? Sounds an interesting match type. That, of course, against Kanji, the Iron Man match, Iron Woman match, should I say. Get that Homelander gif in there. I believe, but you could win by knockout. It was a fun match. I remember it. It had quite a divisive opinion on it from Live in Sheffield, the same place where Cowboy won the tag titles from the Slater Dojos. The tag titles have been getting hot-shotted around, but that's not the point here, guys. That'll be in a separate video. That is the point. Skye, Smitson versus Rhio. It was a good match. Rhio won, of course. Skye Smitson is the foil for Alexis Falcon, who is unfortunately resting in peace. I mean, I think now's a better time than any time to show you this here clip. Rest in peace, Alexis Falcon. Gone but not forgotten. She got speared out of her boots. But that was later on in the night. This one was live in was early on in the night. And Rhio won with the package pile driver. Again, the stream played up a lot during this one. I wish I had more to say about it. But I don't. I do, however, have a lot to ramble on about Leyton Buzzard taking on Zander Bryant. Leyton Buzzard was accompanied, of course, by Josh Holly. Zander Bryant not accompanied by anyone, I don't believe. However, he put up a good fight, did Zander Bryant, but the result was always going to be inevitable. This was part where the stream sort of came back to life a little bit for about 5 seconds. Leyton Buzzard was able to pull out the win, like I said, but it's after the match that I am more intrigued by. We saw Leyton begin to beat Zander Bryant up. He wants Nino Bryant to have to walk into Wembley alone. Nino Bryant doesn't want to walk into Wembley alone, so can't both win. And he was beating up Zander Bryant until Nino made the save, ran him off, but then, good as gold, James Ellis came into the title picture. Came into the picture, I guess. Came out of the picture. Of course, he's been immortalised in a giant picture frame for the last month. But similar to Luigi's Mansion, he did manage to escape the giant picture frame, and he attacked Nino Bryant, and the Leyton Buzzard and the boys stood tall. Top tier, I believe they call themselves, not the boys. That's a Amazon Prime series, which I couldn't get into. There's another review. That's a hot take. Similar to Peter Griffin's take on The Godfather. What is this channel coming to? It was then our intermission, which actually fixed the stream. So the second half, much better coverage to be had. It was an interesting night to be a contender, as the next match was a triple threat match. We kicked our second half off with Elvin Narayan took on Isaac Murray, not Murphy, different guy, who took on Chi-Town Chicago Desailly. Again, cheers Mike Loku for that hilarious nickname. This one, I appreciate the passion. Now, I appreciate RevPro giving the contenders a shot, and a shot at Wembley to go into this gauntlet match we're seeing in Wembley Arena. I'm very excited for that one. Surprised Luke Jacobs didn't chuck his name in the hat for that instead. I mean, I think he deserves a singles match, but obviously, I think he'd probably like to be the undisputed British heavyweight champion once more if Ethan Allen is out of the picture, or even bring Tom Thirlwell in and get a bit of the 0161 Wrecking Crew, I believe they call themselves. But he didn't, so there's no point fantasizing. This one was a lot of fun, and it did build to our main event. It had a little something to play with. Isaac Murray won with the Chapman Clutch, which I believe was a lovely callback to the training days of Isaac Murray, and it does give us the shot at Isaac Murray versus Mike Loku in a future event, should Mike Loku retain, and should Isaac Murray pull off the impossible and win the gauntlet to become the #1 contender to the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. But Chicago Desailly was not pinned. That's just something I'd like to point out, because I do think there's something between Isaac Murray and Chicago Desailly in the future. But of course, you got to know our main event first. So I can see why you guys might not think that at this moment. Next, like a lamb to the slaughter, the new Sons of Southampton, David Francisco and Joshua James, took on Mills and Joshua, former undisputed British Tag Team Championship holders. Saved it. Of course, Jay Joshua has his big match against Zack Sabre Jr. in Wembley. And Connor Mills has arguably quite another big match as he takes on Michael Oku for the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. This one also had a few interesting points to it. Joshua James got left like a lamb to the slaughter, as I aforementioned. Maybe said the signature thing a bit too early. David Francisco left him to rot in the middle of the ring as Mills and Joshua hit him with, I believe the Nigel Lariat was involved, a killer German suplex was involved, and a burning hammer slam pile driver thing, which Mills and Joshua have as their finisher. It was not a good night to be called Joshua James. No Kelly Six here though. I thought he might try and get involved and try and help the Sons of Southampton, who are not enjoyed by Southampton. They do not claim David Francisco anymore after his match with JJ Gale. Things did keep on moving after that match as Cory Zero of French Art fame took on the number one contender to the undisputed British Women's Championship, Kanji. Can she do it? She can. This was another great technical wrestling affair. Cory Zero went for that rope walk moonsault. I believe she's 0-2 in hitting that moonsault. Eventually, you gotta stop doing that, as Kanji was able to hit some submission style things and get the win after that missed moonsault. After the match, though, that was where the interesting things really picked up, as Skye Smitson jumped Kanji as she was calling Alexis Falcon out to the ring, but then Kanji was able to maneuver out of the way, and she eventually managed to put Skye down. Then the champ was here, Alexis Falcon, making her way to the ring in a Hull shirt in Southampton. Very, very dodgy, very cheeky, very evil. Not very nice. I don't know why I'm wearing a Danhausen shirt for this, lads. An AEW one as well, even worse. Where were we? She made her way to the ring, and this was, of course, where we saw the incredible spear, because she had a plan, and her plan just didn't work. It just didn't work, is the thing. It's the interesting thing here. You see, she gets speared out of her boots, trying to have Kanji jumped by double action Sean Jackson, I think is his name. I don't know why he's here. It's still a very polar bear in Arlington, Texas style thing of why Sean Jackson is in this feud, but he hits a damn good spear, I'll give him that. And Kanji was able to stand tall, but then she left, and Alexis Falcon was laughing and said some pretty hurtful things. I mean, you can catch it on Revolution Pro Wrestling, RevPro On Demand, I believe. Some pretty hurtful things were said by Alexis Falcon, which made Kanji come back into the ring, and she was not happy. She tried to beat her up, and then Sean Jackson and Skye Smitson held her in place. I mean, it was very difficult to see because, again, the stream was awful, but yeah, they just sort of left. Alexis Falcon didn't hit her or anything. She just left her fuming. It was an interesting one. And then we got on to the main event of the evening, the match of the night by a country mile. Joe Lando and Michael Oku gave us over 20 minutes of pure wrestling nonsense, well, mind-scrambling wrestling action, I guess. It was some really smooth, buttery smooth, if you used to watch Gore and Perkins from back in the day. Some really good action. I mean, at one point, Joe Lando tried the shooting star elbow drop, got caught into the half crab by Oku. It was beautiful wrestling action, which ended when Michael Oku was able to hit the final destination, which, you know, he's been building that finisher up a lot. You know, he's been finishing a lot of matches, and I think that's really improved him as a wrestler. Now, I obviously am no one to talk, but as someone who's watched a hell of a lot of wrestling and basically dedicated their entire life to watching wrestling, what a sad little life, Jane. I think I used to really not enjoy Michael Oku graps, but because they always ended with the double moon, he used to miss a PK, hit a lion salt, frog splash onto the back, frog splash onto the front, half crab, Bob's your uncle, finds your aunt. But here, you get a bit more intrigue. He tries the final destination a couple times. He stopped doing the moonsault as such. Not the moonsault. Well, yeah, he stopped doing the lion salt from in this match at least, and also stopped doing the frog splash. But yeah, again, I'm in no place to comment, but I enjoy Michael Oku action so much more, especially because he's embraced the hatred he used to get and turned it into such a funny gimmick of, you know, obviously dropping some absolute bangers such as Ref Sandy Beach Also a Woman. He's had I Appreciate the Passion. You know, he's got some proper... He's such a hateable guy. It's incredible. But yeah, he was able to defeat Joe Lando with the final destination, which I think Conor Mills kicking out of at Wembley, and the arena is going to blow its roof off, in my opinion, when he does. But after the match was where the real intrigue happened, the real hype. I got excited. I got ready for Wembley Arena because Joe Lando was very hurt because I could work the legs so much. And Amira Blair came into the ring. She was checking out Joe Lando, and Michael Oku crawled over as if he was going to check out Joe Lando, grabbed his title instead, raised it above his head. He was buzzing with his win in a non-title match in the middle of Southampton. He was buzzing with his win, and that's where Conor Mills came about. And he started beating on Oku. The contenders jumped into the ring. They said, hold on just a minute. We can't let this happen. Whereas Chicago Desailly said, let it happen. And Isaac Murray was like, please don't. But eventually, Isaac Murray and eventually Chicago Desailly and Elvin Narayan stepped out of the ring, and Isaac Murray had to watch as Conor Mills obliterated Oku. Started sort of getting into it with a mirror, I believe. And Oku took that moment to try and sneak attack Mills. But the problem is, Oku, you've hit Mills directly into a mirror. So Amira's injured now. And he doesn't care. He's used the opportunity to beat up Conor Mills, who's eventually managed to come back. It was just a proper brawl to end the show. And we ended the show with this. Mills standing tall, putting the title on Michael Oku, and then spin kicking him clean in the back of the head. Conor Mills held the title aloft. He was really excited. The people are ready for a Mills title reign with the big one. The destination everywhere, so good. Two amazing professional wrestlers. I actually had a theory midway through this match that we might have to see them reunite against CPF in Unfinished Business, which, although this is our last live-in show, we still have Unfinished Business next week. And then, of course, Wembley Arena in 19 days now. It'll be 18 when this video comes out, I believe. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for Wembley. I mean, that last shot really had me going. It had me ready. That's why I had to come straight on here and share the passion I'm sure Michael Oku will appreciate the passion. Mills is ready, and so am I. The people are ready. This has been your rambling recap of Revolution Pro Wrestling Live in Southampton 43. Come on, Connor Mills. We're going all the way to Wembley.